Hey there, campers. It's Mark here with Lessons Learned. The lesson I learned today is when I had a blowout on the camper going down the road, I didn't really have all the tools with me I needed. So I'll go through removing the tire, putting on the spare, then also replacing it with a new tire I get later. I didn't have any jack stands with me, so I decided to put the stabilizer jacks down just so that if this thing fell off a jack or anything, there'd be at least something down towards the ground to catch it. This is where you lower the spare tire. You just hook up this tool and turn it to lower the spare tire. I had nothing with me that would fit these lug nuts. They're 3/4 inch. I had to call my wife and bring some tools from home. I positioned the bottle jack under this I-beam running down the side of the camper. I got distracted and didn't record loosening the lug nuts before jacking up the camper, then jacking it up, then going ahead and removing the lug nuts, removing the flat tire. But I will show that along further in the video when I replace the spare on the camper with the new tire I bought.
I noticed the lug nuts on this trailer are 3/4 inch, and with the camper there's a bar used to raise and lower the stabilizer jacks. It is 3/4, but it's a very narrow bar where it welds on to the socket on the end. And even I tried putting it on there to loosen a lug nut. It felt like it was going to, break the head off of that tool. So what I did, I had a strong arm bar and a 3/4 inch socket when I originally, removed the tire and put the spare on. So I went out to Walmart and bought one of these, and it has several sizes. One of them is 3/4. So here's a look at the tag on it. You may already have, a similar tool yourself. My truck only has one size tool in it, and that is not the same as the lug nuts on this trailer. I also noticed at Walmart there's one that's collapsible. I didn't buy it because it seemed a little bit wonky. It felt like you'd be using something to be slopping around as you were trying to tighten or loosen. So I just bought this one. I'll keep it in the back of my truck.
When I was on the road, I didn't have any chocks with me. But now that I'm at home and I'm going to work on this, I decided to put some chocks on the other side so that there wouldn't be a chance of the trailer moving forward or backwards. I didn't capture it on video, but obviously you should loosen the lug nuts initially before jacking the camper up, because the tire being on the ground with the way the camper will prevent it from spinning while you're trying to loosen the lug nuts initially. I also got a couple of these jack stands at Walmart. This particular jack stand is double locking, so this key fits through a slot, and that's one lock. And then you see that handle on the side. That handle is locking into teeth on the stand part that's vertical, and basically once you adjust it to the height you want, that when that handle goes down, it's kind of locked into the tooth on the back side of that. So with this jack stand, with a double lock, it gives you a little bit more security that's not going to collapse. The wheels in this camper have these beauty caps that fit through the center. So if you have something similar, you just want to remember to put that on before you put the wheel on, because you won't have to take it off and put it back on again just to put that beauty cap in the center. If you use a jack stand, don't forget to remove it before lowering the jack. There's a nice reminder here on the side of the camper to check your lug nut torque. It should be 100 foot-pound, and I'll do that.
So I turned the tire facing down because the face of it is like a concave shape, and this has to hang down inside it, and you can see this is the shape this is, so it'll catch inside that concave shape on the face and lift the tire up. Otherwise, if we turned it over square or with the back down, it would be flat, and I think it would be flopping around. But this shape matches the front shape of the rim.
Here you can see the underside of the spare once it's snugged up to the bottom of the camper.
Well, that was an interesting experience, replacing the tires on the camper. So I ended up deciding to replace both tires since one blew out. It's been a couple years since we got the camper. I figured that probably I'd have the other tire would have some problem in the near future. And so it was around 5 o'clock when I got to the tire store. I got the Michael Tires Plus first because they were open till 7. The guy there said they don't even have any tires that would fit it. He also said they couldn't order any tires. He suggested I go to Tire Discounters, but that was a little farther away, and there was a Big O tire store pretty close by. So I stopped at Big O Tires, and I went in, and it was unlike the experience you have shopping for tires for a car. You know how they'll say, this is like the best tire, and this is the medium cost tire, and this is the lowest cost tire, and they all have different advantages and disadvantages. Well, when I showed the tire size for the camper to the guy at the desk in Big O, he was like, yeah, I have that tire. He didn't say, I have several options and here's the one you can choose from and here's why this one is better. He just said, I have that tire that'll fit it. So since it was late in the day, I'd already made the trip out. The tires were something like $80 each, and they're National Road Max ST tires. So I went ahead and got them. I'm hopeful they'll last at least a couple years. Given that the ones that came on it, that's about all they lasted, was a couple years before having trouble. So I'd like to hear from you all. If you replaced your tires on a single axle camper, what tires did you buy? How well have they done? Do you have any recommendations? I do have a thought about tires on a camper. The fact that we park them during the winter and the camper sits there for, it's 5, maybe 6 months, where the camper is not really being moved. I have a feeling that's not really great for tires. I've seen some products that are shaped like a wheel. Supposedly you park your tire up on those. It's supposed to help them last longer when they're stored. I've never really tried that product. I don't know if anyone else has. If you have, please leave a comment about that also. Anyways, so getting ready to winterize the camper next, so you can be looking for a video soon about winterizing the camper. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please leave comments, give us a thumbs up, or subscribe.